All right, everyone. Eric Polzin here with 9 to 5 Sports, bringing back PGA DFS. I know it was a long off season. I'm sure you guys miss me. You know, that's kind of the beauty of PGA DFS, is that it's really a season-long thing. It's always fun to kind of prepare each and every week, and that's kind of what I love about PGA DFS. So, honestly, guys, it's going to be a pretty loaded year in terms of the schedule. Sure, we have the Ryder Cup next week, and then we get right back into it. So I'm pretty excited for that. Next week, I will be taking off the Ryder Cup. Just going to be doing some updates to the website. I thought that was going to be the best way to do it, since there probably won't be any PGA DFS contests, and, you know, the betting is going to be kind of sparse there. So just want to let you guys know that. But then we're right back into it. I'm pretty excited for that. And then I should have those updates available on the website. Going to keep that close to the chest right now as to what those updates are going to be, but I'm pretty excited to get those out to you guys. So going to be some good stuff there. But we got the Fortinet Championship, or Fortinet Championship. I heard it pronounced a few different ways. Take it for what it's worth. We've seen this tournament quite a bit. It used to be the Safeway Open. It's going to be played at the same course here, which I'm going to show you guys on the cheat sheet here. Not going to have any graphics here like I normally do. You know, those fun graphics that I normally have going. Just because NFL season going on, a lot more content. Don't really have time to do the graphic side of it. But Silverado Resort and Spa, it's going to be played at the North Course. Okay, I have this listed as a resort style course. It's a Robert Trent Jones course design. Green grass is going to be bent green / Poana, and then fairway greens or fairway grass is going to be rye / bluegrass. We look at the past few winners, we can kind of get a good picture of what's going on at this tournament. Stuart Sink, Cameron Champ, Kevin Tway, Brennan Steele. Their winning scores were all kind of different. You know, the average winning score has been around 17 under par, but Stuart Sink won it with 21 under par. The average cut has been -5, -2, -3, -1. So the average cut has been, 2.75. So I would kind of expect it to be around that number. And then just looking at key stats, just based off of the players that finish top 20 or better, and then also factoring in top 10 and winning upside, we can see at the key stats, and I'll pull that up here for you guys. Key stats are going to be, give it a second to load here, but it's going to be ball striking, birdie to bogey ratio, good drive percentage, and then I went ahead and just put in par 4 scoring and par 5 scoring as well. And then strokes gained tee to green, we can see that's pretty strong there in terms of players that finished top 5. You know, that's typically how it works, but good drive percentage, we can see that. Ball striking over total driving, we can see that. If you want to look at the 200 plus, like long iron accuracy, I guess, if you will, you could do that. I guess I should minimize out a little bit for you guys. But yeah, you can kind of see what's going on there. And then let's just zoom it back out real quick. Birdie to bogey ratio, definitely looking at that. We'll just go back to top 20 or so, just so that you guys can see that a little bit better here. And then, yeah, kind of get the full picture of what's going on here. Don't really see driving distance be a factor, which is kind of surprising that Cameron Champ went out and won. But yeah, good drive percentage over that. We can see strokes gained putting, probably a little bit over strokes gain approach, over scrambling, over strokes gain off the tee. So if you want to look at a strokes gain stat, you should be looking at strokes gain putting. But that's really all we have for that coverage. Let's get into the picks for this week. Going to be doing it the same as I always do. So yeah, let's just pull it up here right now. So Jon Rahm going to be the top player on the board this week, like he typically is. And I should mention, guys, there's a lot of new rookies this week, which I have to go through and add in. That's also going to be something I'm doing next week, is adding in all the rookie data in there and whatnot, or the players that are on the Corn Ferry Tour and whatnot, getting their pictures updated and all that small information that you guys have come to love. But let's start off with Jon Rahm. So yes, he is going to be priced up. 12.1 is going to be a big price point to pay for Jon Rahm this week. And that's going to be the worry with some people, is that it's a high price point for Jon Rahm. I'm not too worried about it. Let's just look at his key stats here. So his key stats have been pretty strong. We know that. He's just kind of the go-to play right now. The only worry would be that he hasn't played this course in the last 4 years, and he's probably using this as a tune-up week. But guy's just been absolutely spectacular. I'm just going to keep finding out ways to play him until he lets me down. You guys know that's typically my strategy that I roll with. Then let's just get into Webb Simpson here. So Webb Simpson also kind of just the standout play this week. Don't have any percent ownerships here just yet, just so you guys know. That's why it's pulling up blank. Hasn't had a start at a Robert Trent Jones course in the last, I think I have that set to 3 months, so that's fine. But we look at his course history here, guys. 17th place finish. That's his only start. Good key stats for Webb Simpson as well. He's going to rank out as the second best stat fit in the field. Top 30 or better in all the key stats that we're looking at. He's a good putter. Has been playing better as of recent as well. You know, he finished 15th at the WGC, 7th at the Wyndham Championship, 47th at the Northern Trust. That was kind of a letdown. And then 12th at the BMW Championship. He's someone that's going to look to really bounce back because he had kind of an off year last year in terms of Webb Simpson's career. So yeah, I really do like Webb Simpson. 6th best pick in the 9 to 5 model this week. Let me go a little bit lower. You know, I'm fine with all those other guys there. Like Cameron Tringale is going to be a fine play. I'm good with that. But Harold Varner kind of popping to me as well here, guys. So he's made 4 straight cuts in a row. We do like that. Solid recent form. 12th, 11th, 57th, and 11th place finish there for Harold Varner. So I've been waiting to play Harold Varner. He's just one of my favorite players to play in DFS, normally because he's underpriced. This week he's not exactly underpriced, but that's all right. Top 20 in the 9 to 5 model. His key stats from last year weren't all the best, you know, but overall, ranking out decent in this field, top 20 in the field, stat fit wise. We do see that he does struggle on the bent greens, and then kind of par 72 courses was losing strokes on the field. But in terms of his average finish at Robert Trent Jones courses over the past year, 17th finish, average place finish of 17. So we do like that. Then we're going to look at Cameron Champ here. So Cameron Champ is the former winner at this tournament. He also finished top 25 the year before that and then had a missed cut. So Champ had really struggled last year as well. He really had the 11th place finish at the John Deere, a 1st, 31st, 27th, and 66th place finish. So end of the year strong, I guess, if you will. But other than that, had really struggled. Not going to be the best stat fit. Not going to be the best pick in the 9 to 5 model as well, 31st. We're just trying to hope that what he had done recently is going to be what's a sign of things to come, and I'm kind of expecting that to be the case as well. Then after that, we can go lower. I do kind of like Charlie Hoffman again this week. He was probably my most owned player on the season last year, one of the most owned players on the season last year. I just played him a lot. We can see here, you know, good putter on this grass. Did miss the cut at his one Robert Trent Jones start last year. I'm fine with that, but overall played really well last year. Finished the season decent, I guess, if you will. 38th, 21st, 30th, 57th, 57th. That's okay. Going to be a top 13 stat fit. Doesn't rank out the best in some of the key stats, but birdie to bogey ratio, 26th in that. Ball striking, 48th in that. Strokes gained tee to green, 24th in that. So we do like all those stats. Overall, 8.8 is a decent price point for Charlie Hoffman. He's had a made cut and a miscut here in the last 4 years, which we don't love that. Then we're going to get into Maverick McNealy. Maverick McNealy has made the cut in his last 8 starts, which is pretty spectacular there, ranking out 3rd best recent form rank this week. We can see 63rd, 27th. You know, it's all pretty good finishes there for him. Not going to be the best stat in the field, only ranking out top 19, but that's going to be kind of the theme this week with a kind of a lower quality field event. But he's someone that has been playing well as of recent. I'll be chasing that recent form here this week. And then sticking with that theme, I also do really like Chez Reavie here. Has good course history, 3rd, 33rd, 33rd, and a 13th place finish there for Chez Reavie. Ranking out the 5th best for course history rank. He actually has the 9th best recent form, and his staff fit is going to be poor, 42nd in that, but that's because he had really kind of struggled throughout the season last year, had an off year for sure. Really, his season turned around at kind of the John Deere Classic, I guess, if you will, but it was a qualifier event for the Open Championship, and then 11th at the 3M Open. Missed the cut the Wyndham Championship, but then finished 31st at the Northern Trust. So overall, I don't mind Chez Reavie. I think he's going to be a quality play here this week at that price point. I'm perfectly fine with him as a pick as well. And then I do want to mention Emiliano Grillo. He's one of those guys that's just so hit or miss. Okay, he's made 3 out of 4 cuts here at this tournament. He's ranking out as the 8th best stat fit. We know who Emiliano Grillo is as a player, guys. We've seen it time in and time again that you never really want to trust him in cash. But he does make for a quality GPP kind of every week because he has been so hit or miss. Obviously, good course history, good stat fit. I'm okay with him as a pick this week. Obviously, not someone you want to go crazy with. Now we're going to drop down into that low tier price point range. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to include Doug Gim. No, Doug Gim is 7.9. Sorry. I do like Doug Gim. 14th place finisher last year. Top 17 stat fit. Top 19 in recent form rank. I'm okay with that, guys. The issue would be that played poorly at the Wyndham Championship, played poorly at the 3M Open. Okay, that's what you're going to be worried about. But 18th place finish at the John Deere Classic, 32nd place finish at the Rocket Mortgage Classic, and then 54th place finish at the Travelers Championship. Overall, a decent play, but given the price point, that's something that I like. Top 25 or better in good drive percentage, birdie to bogey ratio, ball striking, and strokes gained to the green. That tells me that he should be able to make the cut, and that's probably why he has a 59% chance to make the cut, which this week, that's a pretty good percentage. So just speaking on that, when you go through and do your the lineup tool here, not going to be pretty when you're putting in players into your lineup tool. The 6 for 6% is probably going to be around 60%, which is pretty ugly. Typically, you want to shoot for like 70%, so that's going to be ugly. And then just going a little bit lower, Pat Perez here, guys. Pat Perez is another one of those players that I like this week. Pat Perez should be a strong pick this week. 9th place finish here last year, and then a miscut the year before that, but that's okay. He's made 3 straight cuts in a row. Did miscut the John Deere Classic, but prior to that had 14th place finish, miscut the Travelers, and then 10th place finish. So really, 4 out of his last 6 starts have been top 16 or better finishes, which I like. He's going to rank out as a top 26 stat fit. He needs to be a little bit better in ball striking, but overall, pretty good birdie to bogey ratio. Going to hit the fairways. I like him at this price point. 7.9 is definitely intriguing for a guy that has been in some really strong recent form ranks, top 5 in recent form rank. We're going to drop down. You guys probably already know it. Roger Sloan, he did let me down in his last tournament, but prior to that, I had been playing him a ton. I think I played him in like 7 straight weeks now or something crazy like that in tournaments that he's been in. So I can't quit him now. I'm still a little bit bitter that he didn't win. He was in that playoff, the Wyndham Championship. Him and Troy Merritt last year in the playoff, like 110-1. Both of them are something like more than that. Troy Merritt really should have won prior to the playoff. Just bittersweet there that I didn't hit one of those two, because that would have been pretty awesome. But Roger Sloan has missed the cut here last year, 13th and 60th place finish at this tournament. I'm fine with that. Ranks as a top 27 stat fit. The reason why we would play him is because we're going to chase that recent form that he had been in prior to the Northern Trust. I think that was more or less, hey, I had a chance at my first win. I've been playing well. Kind of just the mental collapse there, I guess, at the Northern Trust, just because, you're so close to your first victory there, and then just didn't happen for him after playing some really good golf. So I think we can go back to the well with him. Prior to that, have been playing well, played well at the Barracuda Championship, 2nd, 6th, and then prior to that, 16th, 31st. So yeah, I don't mind Roger Sloan at that price point. And then a player that I really like on this slate is going to be Charles Howell III. 4th place finish here in 2020, the 2020 season. Top 13 pick in the 9-to-5 model this week. Kind of going to be chasing some recent form, I guess, a little bit. 39th, 23rd, miscut, 58th, 18th place finish. Overall ranks out as the top 16 stat fit. We can see it there. Nothing elite there with his stats, but he has a 58% chance to make the cut. Recent form rank is, decent, top 20 in the field. So at 7.7, I'm perfectly good with Charles Howell III. Might be a core play, might not be, but as price point, I do really like him. And then just going a little bit lower here, I really don't mind any of the players like in this price point range, guys. It's pretty loaded. I'm going to end up with a decent amount of these guys here. But for the sake of the video, value plays under 7K. I'm going to be focused on that. Even Scott Piercy, Patrick Rogers, those are all decent names there. But we'll go a little bit lower here. We'll get into that value tier. So a standout value play to me is actually going to be Cameron Piercy here. So Cameron Piercy does rank out top 20 in the 9-to-5 model this week. He's finished 23rd and 7th at this tournament. Really decent staff at top 10 in the field. Strokes gained to the green, 54th in that, 21st in par 4 scoring, 49th in birdie to bogey ratio, and then 17th in good drive percentage. Obviously, he's going to keep the ball in the fairway, not going to make many mistakes. And for a guy that's made 7 straight cuts in a row, has been playing well, I guess, as of recent. 6.8, that's a great price point to me. Going to be tough for me to pass up on him, especially if we're trying to fit John Rahm into our builds. That kind of just means that I think he should almost be like an automatic lock to me then. Don't want to say lock to a value play, but it is a standout. Then we're going to go down to Bryce Garnett. Bryce Garnett is another interesting name to me. Had been playing better as of recent. Top, I shouldn't say recent. Miscut, 51st, 16th, 72nd. Miscut, 5th place finish. It's better than what I would expect from him, is what I should say. Not the best stat fit. Okay, I'm fine with that. Actually ranks out pretty well. Good drive percentage. Actually ranks out 7th best stat fit. Apologies, that is crazy. Good for Bryce Garnett. All right with you. Shoot. I might get on him a little bit more. That's interesting. Not the best recent form. Good stat fit. 17th in that. Ranks out top 17 in the 9 to 5 mile. I don't mind Bryce Garnett now. I don't. Very interesting there. We'll see. We'll see with Bryce Garnett. Obviously 3 straight made cuts here at this tournament, and he's one of those guys where when he has made some cuts at a tournament, you typically do want to chase him because he's one of those guys that typically plays better on courses that he's played well at previously. So I'm good with him as a pick. And then we go a little bit lower. Let's just use the slider here to find these last 2 guys because it is going to be some interesting plays. So just sorting by the value to here. I'm actually just going to search for them. So we got David Hearn and then Mark Hubbard as well are the 2 that I want to show you guys. So these 2, they're decent. Obviously, we're comparing them against each other right now with the color scale, so not going to be popping too much. David Hearn ranks out 56 in the 9 to 5 mile this week. That's not great, but he's made 4 straight cuts here at this tournament. We do like to see that. 3 straight made cuts on the PGA Tour as well, including 4 out of his last 5 tournaments. So we'll take that. Not really any good finishes, but we'll take it. We're good with that. And then Mark Hubbard, 5 straight made cuts in a row, miscut, and a top 15 finish. These are 2 players at their current price point that seem way too low for the, I don't want to say caliber of player that they are, but for kind of their course fit and how they've been playing recently. I'll take that. If we can get a made cut from these guys while trying to fit in Rahm or Webb into our builds, I am perfectly fine with that. But that's all I have for you guys. The season is kicking off, so make sure to head over to 9to5sports.com. $10 a month for that membership. Good stuff there. You can also join 9 to 5 Nation in NFL DFS, which pretty good stuff. Doing well on the showdown slates. Definitely check that out. Good stuff there as well. But that's all I have for you guys this week. Let's have a good weekend as always. Let's keep cashing. Let's start off the year strong here. All right, I'm out.